So I actually did it. I went on my first solo trip at 19 years old and here's how it went. My flight was at around 12:50 a.m. My parents drove me to the airport and we had a quick dinner and then they sent me off. I just entered the gate and I left my parents. To be 100% honest, I was getting nervous because it's my first time alone and I was so scared that I'll mess something up. It was honestly really weird seeing how everyone in the boarding gate had families or friends with them, but I was just there alone. Not complaining though. There was this little hatch where you can put your phone to watch shows and a USB plug and also this cup holder and look at the leg room. It's pretty impressive honestly for a budget flight. But the funniest thing was how empty this flight was. I have a theory that it's because of the mega quake prediction on July 5th and I was flying on July 5th. But look at the amount of space that I got because of that, so no complaints. And then we took off. I don't know about you guys, but I always can't sleep on the plane, so I forced myself to wake up really early that morning so that I'll be able to sleep since it's an overnight flight. Needless to say, I didn't sleep much that night, but when I woke up we were almost landing, so I quickly did my makeup and oh my gosh, we are in Japan. I really can't believe that I just did that. This doesn't feel like my life. I can't believe I made it.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was the wrong gate. I got chased away by the station staff after that. I'm catching the Narita Express all the way to Tokyo where I will check into my hotel. But at this point, I didn't eat anything yet, so I got some snacks at Family Mart and now I'm waiting for my train. I might have been a bit overprepared because I got there 40 minutes before the train departs. But hey, better to be safe than sorry, right? We are in Tokyo Station. Guys, dragging this luggage through the station is no joke. And the stairs, oh my gosh, this is like my I need my boyfriend moment. I couldn't check in yet because check-in starts at 3, so I left my luggage in the hotel. Then I went to do some shopping. Of course, you guys know that I had to hit my favorite stores, the Mofusan store and the Sumiko store. I know it's bad, but I never leave these stores without buying something all the time without fail. It was getting a bit concerning because I was 1 hour into the trip and I already had my hands full. And oh my gosh, I nearly forgot that I saw this guy walking his pet rabbit in a train station. That's crazy. I'm just done with shopping and now I'm gonna find something to eat alone. I was kind of scared to eat alone because I don't usually do that, and it definitely didn't help that I spilled water all over the floor and the staff had to come and clean it up. I felt so bad. I got this cold soba noodles with this lemon thing. I don't know, it's their summer special. The noodles were so springy. I really don't know how else to describe it except that you will never find something like this in Singapore. It was out of this world. Something as simple as soba noodles can be so good here. Finally, it was 3 and I got to check in. Thank God. All I wanted to do was lie in bed and never get up. Guys, I'm actually so tired, it's crazy. I think it's because I haven't been sleeping well for the past 2 nights. My only plans left for the day is to go to Brandy, and that takes like 20 minutes by train and it closes at 7 and now it's 3 o'clock. So I don't know if I should take a nap first and then go. But then I know if I take a nap, I'll be too tired to get up later. But if I go now, I don't think I can function. Anyways, I'm gonna unpack first and then maybe I'll take a nap. I did not take a nap after that. I packed up my things and then I decided to go straight to Brandy because I wanted to come back early and rest for the night. Also, did I mention how crowded and confusing Tokyo Station is? I think you need a qualification to navigate through this station. And I was wrong. It doesn't take 20 minutes to get there. It takes 45 to 50 minutes by train. And after that, you still have to walk 12 minutes through Takeshita Street or Cat Street, a famous street in Harajuku, before reaching the store. It's actually crazy. You would think for a store that's so popular, they'll put it in a more accessible place. But no, it's so out of the way. And would you believe it, when I got there was a queue, which I definitely wasn't expecting. I don't know why I didn't consider that earlier. We had to wait in the hot sun and it is not for the weak. But thankfully in about 15 minutes we got in and then I picked out a few pieces to try. For some reason I don't know why the Brandy here didn't have aircon. It was absolute hell trying out the clothes in the changing room and sweating. Of course I had to pick out a few pieces and my total damage was $100. But considering that I got 4 tops and 2 pairs of socks, that's not too bad. On the way back to the hotel, I got the 7-Eleven smoothie to try. I got the acai flavor and I was expecting it to be icier rather than milky, but it was kind of milky, so I don't know if I really liked it. Hi guys, I'm back in the hotel. Today was crazy. I really like maxed out my energy today. I literally shot till I dropped. Y'all can't tell, but I'm freaking tired because I'm sleep deprived. Like to the point where in the train my head was dropping backwards because I kept dozing off. I really didn't have the willpower to go out and eat for dinner, so I went to like the basement of a mall. And if you're in Japan, you'll know that the mall's basements always have like bentos, food and sushi. So here's what I got, but I'm not too hungry yet, so I think I'm gonna take a shower first. So in the bathtub, let myself get hungry and then I'll eat this later on. The first 24 hours of my solo trip really taught me a lot. It made me realize that once I managed to step out of my comfort zone, it's not that hard to just be in my own presence and do things on my own. Most of the time, it's just because I'm overthinking things. Of course, it still feels a bit weird because I'm still getting used to it. A lot of times during the day, I caught myself thinking, what am I doing? And like, is this real? But I'm really glad that I put myself up to this challenge and I had fun today. Good morning, it's day 2 of my solo trip and today I'm going to Jimbocho. It's this book town in Tokyo that's getting increasingly popular. I don't know if it's because of this book called Days at the Morisaki bookshop that features Jimbocho. It's a really nice book, so definitely read it if you guys have the chance. Once you exit the station, you don't have to walk far and you will start to see shops filled with rows and rows of books, like more books than you can ever imagine in your entire life. I also saw some antiques and little trinkets here and there. Needless to say, most of the books were in Japanese. There were a few English ones, but really not too many. It was mostly just magazines and non-fiction books in Japanese, so unless you can read Japanese, I don't think there'll be much that you can buy here. Even so, I think it's a really nice place to just walk around and soak in the vibes, especially if you're a book lover. The whole time I just felt so calm and at peace, and I'm so glad that I was able to visit. I wandered into this shop that sold so many cute things, especially cat-related merchandise, and the store was really big, like 4 levels if I remember correctly, so I was really spoiled for choice on what to buy. On the 3rd floor, they have this little cafe that I decided to stop by to have lunch. At first I wanted to eat at a kisaten, but then it felt a little bit too exclusive, so I got intimidated. What I liked about this cafe was that it was really quiet, there was hardly anyone, and also they had these solo seats. And it's facing the window, so I didn't have to feel stressed or pressured. I got these sandwiches for lunch, and then later on I wanted to stay on and read my book, so I got a peach soda. The whole idea for today was to browse around the shops and then sit down and read my book at a cafe. If you guys see the vision, the vibes were just so nice. It's like I'm in Jimbocho, the book town of Tokyo, reading a book in a cafe, and occasionally I'll look out the window and see people walking by and just going about their daily lives. In total, I spent about 2 hours at the cafe just reading, and then after that I left. For the second half of the day, I planned to go to a summer festival or Natsu Matsuri. When I did research on summer festivals in Japan, there weren't many happening in July. Most of them happened in August during the peak of summer. But thankfully, I was able to find one happening in Tokyo just a few stations away, so I went. It's called the Area Asago Festival or Morning Glory Festival, and it was way bigger than I thought. Like literally a whole stretch of road was blocked off just for the festival, so no cars could go through. That was how big it was. On one side of the road, they were selling morning glories, and on the other side, it was like food and carnival games. I've always wanted to experience a summer festival in Japan, so I was so happy that I was able to catch this one. Like it was really a full-on summer festival. People were wearing yukatas. It was so hot though, and I had my fan blasting at maximum speed the entire time. Later in the evening, I had soup stock for dinner. I had it the last time when I came to Japan and I loved it so much, I just knew that I had to have it again. The soups just feel so homey and comforting. It reminded me of home-cooked food. I really wish that there was a soup stock in Singapore. I just got back and I wanted to show you guys this bath bomb that I got from Lush. Isn't this so cute? Okay, anyways, I wanted to get a regular bath bomb to use in the shower, but then I saw this. They had Sanrio bath bombs. They didn't smell too great though, like it just wasn't to my liking, but the best smelling one was the Kuromi one, and I want to show you guys how freaking cute it is. Okay, I'm gonna go run the bath now and we'll try it together. So today I'm going to Kamakura. You guys have no idea, okay? Kamakura has been on my bucket list for so long, way before it suffered from over-tourism. I really wish I got to visit before it started getting too crowded, but I guess better late than never. I woke up at 5:45 AM today because I wanted to see the famous train track view without any tourists, but I missed the train. And I had a reservation at Cafe Yodorikuro in the morning, so I had to head straight there or my reservation would be forfeited. The streets of Kamakura are so pretty and aesthetic. The whole time while walking to the cafe, I was just admiring and taking in everything. I booked the counter seats with the train views, which was an extra 1,000 yen. The set meals that they have require you to whisk your own egg white to put on top of the rice, and I had no clue that I was doing it wrong the whole time. Later on, I had to ask the staff for help, and here's how it turned out. The food was so good, it's definitely worth the hype, and every 10 to 15 minutes there'll be a train that drives past. Once I was done with lunch, I headed over to the famous train track location, but it was already so crowded. Literally, as I was walking there, I could see all the tourists heading in the same direction, and I was like, oh no. I managed to get the iconic shot, so yay, but the tourists weren't really considerate, so that was kind of disappointing. Like, a lot of them will push and shove just to get the shot that they want, and they will hog the space when the train comes and not let anyone else take their videos. And honestly, there were so many other photo spots that were equally as good. I feel a lot of people come to Kamakura because they watch Slam Dunk, but for me, it's because I watched Bunny Girl Senpai. The story takes place in Kamakura, so I really wanted to take photos of the anime locations in real life. And honestly, the anime is so underrated. So my next stop was Enoshima Island, which I feel like a lot of people miss when they come to Kamakura. You have to take a bus there, and the moment we reached, I started seeing all these banners of the Bunny Girl Senpai characters. I went through this shopping street, I think it's called Enoshima Benzaiten Shopping Street. The street has a lot of stores selling little souvenirs and snacks, and at the end of the street, you'll reach this red Tori shrine. And guys, the weather was so hot. As a tropical girly, I thought that I'll be able to handle it, but clearly I was wrong. So to cool myself down, I got a cup of matcha that was so good. Like, matchas in Japan just hit different, you know. My next stop was Shichirigahama Station, where I visited Shichirigahama Beach. There I took more photos of the real life anime locations, and I saw someone doing the exact same thing as me, which was really funny. I contemplated going down to the beach for a while, but I wasn't in the appropriate footwear. So in the end, I just sat by the side and watched the tourists playing in the ocean. It was really nice, except for the fact that I got sunburned later. My last stop was Komachi Dori Street, which is the main shopping street that everybody goes to that's right beside Kamakura Station. They had a Miffy store there, it was so cute. Surprisingly, I didn't buy too many things today. Most of the stuff that I bought were food. I had this really nice mango ice cream, and before I headed back, I got the famous Kamakura mochi. By the time I boarded the train, I was exhausted. I think it's because I was out in the sun for so long. But either way, today was really fun, and I hope that I get to revisit in the future. Look at my arms, I got so sunburned today, and I definitely was not expecting that. Not only did I not bring sunscreen, I did not think that I would need to apply it on other places besides my face. And I really hate getting tan. Like, I don't like sun tanning and I don't like getting tan, but now anyways, let me show you guys what I got just now. I got the famous Kamakura mochi that you can find in Singapore as well, but I think it's cheaper here, and I hope that it will taste better. Some souvenirs from the Miffy kitchen for gifts, and I also got my dinner. I got pho. I know it's kind of funny to buy pho in Japan, but it looks so good and I can't wait to try it. Also, in case I get hungry at night, I got famichiki too. Tomorrow I'm leaving Tokyo and I'm going to travel to Hokkaido. I'm taking a domestic flight, and I'm so glad to be going to Hokkaido because the heat is not it. The temperature in Hokkaido is 20 plus degrees, so hopefully it will be cooler there. For today, I'm just gonna pack my stuff, and I also have to do the laundry, so okay, I'm gonna have to stop the vlog here, if not it's gonna end up being an hour long, but I have a total of 9 days on my solo trip. I'm gonna be taking a few day trips out to Furano, Otaru, Hakodate and Toya, so you can watch my TikTok for other content. Going on my first solo trip really taught me a lot. I definitely had to come to terms with eating alone, which is something that I really hate doing in my home country. But I guess that Japan is a good place to start because of its solo dining culture. And you really have to become more self-dependent. You have to pack your own luggage, you have to navigate by yourself, you have to eat alone, you have to do everything alone. It definitely can get a bit lonely sometimes, and being in a hotel room alone at night can be really scary. But if you ask me if I regret going on this solo trip, my answer will be no without hesitation. I would even go as far as to say that I would want to do this again every year. But I think that the biggest thing I learned about myself is that I can definitely do it. So I hope that if anything, this vlog motivated you guys to go on your own solo trip too, and I hope you guys enjoy yourself as much as I did.